Today I'm excited to share a heartwarming tale from Philadelphia, joining forces for their first family home in Philly. Cheryl Smith, a 55-year-old architect at the university, grew up in South Philly and has lived rent-locked there her whole life. When she talked about buying a house, she didn't just picture a single dream, she imagined a place for herself, her mother, and her teenage daughter to share. It's a story about collaboration, community, and the stubborn hope that a family can still find affordable homeownership in an expensive city. The trio scoured the Germantown neighborhood, finally spotting a 3-bedroom home priced below $400,000, a historic 020 house with a maple-stained living room and a childhood memory-filled backyard. The price tag was a headline in itself. Philadelphia's housing market is a mix of pricey condos and modest townhouses, but for a longtime renter like Cheryl, even $400,000 was a distant dream. That's why she and her relatives turned to unconventional financing. Cheryl's mother, who had a steady job in a local grocery chain, chipped in more than $50,000 from her savings. Her daughter, a high school senior, began a part-time gig at a coffee shop and contributed over $10,000 from her allowances and recent scholarship funds. Together, that adds up to $60,000 in usuario's financing, and then there was a surprise. Cheryl's former mentor, a senior architect on the university's board, offered a small loan at a below-market interest rate, easing the burden on the down payment. They also received a small assistance grant from a Philadelphia nonprofit focused on helping families in under 30 years with first home ownership. Once the money fell into place, they completed the mortgage paperwork in a week, and the land title transferred. The kids giggled as they walked past the front door, finally seeing a whitewashed exterior with a porch that had double-door entry. Inside, they could imagine holiday lights, a kitchen full of recipes from their mother's grandmother, and a place where their dog could roam on a quiet street. The process didn't end with the keys. They're now renovating, a project that reminds them that ownership is a slow-moving improvement. Cheryl, who had spent years designing spaces for others, is using her knowledge to provide the house with better insulation and an eco-friendly roof. The mother has started a tenant-free rooftop garden, turning the backyard into a literal green space for the family. What matters most is the story of how a family found a platform for stability in a city that likes to keep rent prices high and home prices creeping upward. For Cheryl, it's a transition from a renter mentality to a homeowner mindset, complete with responsibilities and joys. For the mother, it's a chance to leave a tangible legacy for grandchildren they barely know yet have shown interest in. And for the daughter, it's the first time she can paint her name on a door and say, "This is my home." The whisper among Philadelphia's neighborhoods soon caught up, prompting many to consider whether families, like Cheryl's, could form pools of mutual support so they can chase fortunes that would otherwise look impossible. And in a city marked by disjointed wealth, this storyline reminds us that community tools can level the playing field. You need a house that's a people different reaches. That's it for today's story. If you enjoyed this look at community-driven buying and the transformative power of thinking in groups, do stick around for more stories that celebrate people making dreams into reality. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.